The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
Well, hello, everybody. Everybody looking at a plant right now. Welcome to the Sparrows Politics Show. That's nothing but the devil because I know I had some expression. I had some, I hear an echo. Somebody got to turn down the volume. That
God,
look, I had so
I had to
many
step out for a
expressions.
second. Hey, I had to step
Huh?
out for a second. I got an emergency.
Okay, all right. I took you out. Okay, Tim. So you're looking at the plant with me,
Yeah,
and I have so many facial expressions I wanted to make tonight, but
yeah,
for some reason, my camera is not working, and it was just working when we were in the green room before the show started,
it
right?
was. It was.
So it's just crazy. Devil is really it won't pick up my second camera. It's only picking up my laptop camera, and I don't use that one
Mm-hmm.
unless my camera just burned out on its own, gone bad
Mm.
on me. I got a spare. I always have a spare everything, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it in time for the show.
Right.
I don't like to use the other one because it makes me look like an alien. So yeah. So I don't know why it won't pick it up. It's been acting up all week long. So I guess it was trying to let me know then that it was going out of trouble. Jen, you ready to come back? Okay, she's not ready yet. Okay. Well, when she comes on back in here, I guess everybody say, why you got a plan out there? Well, let me see if I can find something else because that's what I have in my background. But you know what I can do?
What's that?
Oh my God, this is the wrong application. I'm going to see if I can find a different application.
Okay.
And it won't. But anyway, Tim, so what have you been up to since the last time I saw you?
Well, not a whole lot of anything. Just kind of been keeping my ear to the ground about this indictment situation. That's about it. Yeah,
Oh my
matter of fact, we were
God.
together when it broke.
Yeah, we were, weren't we?
Yeah, yeah,
That's so crazy, man. I'm like, what? What is this? Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah.
So I see what it is. My camera, my second camera that I use for the studio, they got an upgrade, and that's why it's probably not picking it up. So I'm upgrading.
Okay.
And is the plant still up there?
Yes, it
Meanwhile,
is. It is.
it is. Okay.
Mhm.
Jen, you better come back in. No, she's still away too. Devil just interrupting us because we got
Yeah,
so much to
yeah,
talk about tonight, right?
yeah. That's what's
Got
going
got a
on.
lot to talk about. I
Uh-huh.
gotta yeah, I'm doing this download here and I'm trying to see where did it go to. Okay, here comes something coming up. Maybe that's it. But it looks like it's the same one. See if I got my camera. It's like no, that's the same one. Um I need to I got a download going down somewhere. Jen, you ready to come back? That's where my download go to. Okay. Anyway, I know I'm taking up enough time with this stupid camera. Bring Jen on in here. Hey, Jen.
Okay, now
I'm
I
le-
got to figure out how to get the microphones to work again.
well, we can
We
hear
can hear
you.
you.
We hear you just
Yeah,
fine.
we
Your
can hear
Great
stuff,
you.
stuff.
your stuff
Let's
messing
see.
up over there too, huh? Yeah, I mean
Yep.
this is
She got some.
crazy.
She got some new earbuds.
Oh, yeah, she wanted to get those, huh?
Yeah,
She want,
she got some new ones.
and she wanted to try them out.
Ah,
Yeah, I know what it is. Girl, it's just they don't want us to talk. You know, we got to talk tonight. They know we got
well,
to talk.
doggone it, this ain't working out right.
But we can hear you just
Yeah, we
fine.
can hear you. We can hear
You
you.
got,
I can see
you got,
you.
you
All
got
right,
great
let
sound.
me get to the microphone screen.
Yeah, I'm
Y'all
going
go
to.
ahead and talk, and I'll get here in a second.
Yeah, I know you just like things the way you like them. That's where I am still feeling dealing with this stupid camera. So I
Mm.
don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, I'm going to open this file.
Now I can hear
And
you.
so what I think I'll do is this. Let's take an audience. Hello, everybody. Let's get some chats in there. That's Jen saying hello. Hey, Kathy, CC. Hey,
Hey,
yeah,
Kathy.
Oh,
technical
Lord, get
issues
up.
going on. Jen, say hello, everybody. We're just gonna go to a commercial break, and
Okay,
you can get this stuff straightened out while it's playing. All right. Well,
let's do it.
chicken stay, don't go away.
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a
Hey,
VPN
Emily,
server at the
let me
time.
hear so I can see if I'm
That's
in
right.
here or not.
When you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with threat protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, malware protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the threat protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
All right, bringing everybody in with a plant. Yeah, I'm still trying to download the it's downloading. I can say that much. It's down. It's downloading. So I gotta
Okay.
close these windows, and hopefully you guys will be able to see me shortly.
All right.
Meanwhile, enjoy the
Well,
plant.
hey, you can put the plant between us so me and him can be shaded.
All right. How about
I'm joking, Emily.
that was a good idea, though. Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, so Jen says hello to everybody. We got CC on our entertainment correspondent
So,
Hey,
checking in
Christine.
on politics tonight. I don't know if we're going to have that many people tonight because I did not get a chance to share, and everybody's got their faces stuck in main media tonight
yeah.
because former President Trump indicted. What did this mean? How did this happen? And where does it go from here? That's what we're talking about tonight. All right, Tim, start us out.
Well, going on what you just stated and what happened today, like I was saying earlier, we were actually together when the news broke. Um,
Mm-hmm.
from my perspective, I thought that they wouldn't indict.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is a very corrupt usage uh, of political power.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think, and according to some experts, that this is going to backfire on them. This is only going to be fuel for President Trump to be used as he see fit, as they see fit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jen.
Well, kind of in the same frame that he said, I do believe this was so they can open the gates to file charges and stuff against former presidents and the resident now. Okay, and it's the same scenario with the Mar-a-Lago raid. Okay, they couldn't go into Scorpio's house to get those documents that they found because they hadn't done it before. Now they've done it to Leo, so then they was able to do it to Scorpio, and that's the same scenario going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, setting the
Well,
precedent, setting the precedent. So yes, this is all for the advantage of white hats.
well, I just got finished watching the updates. I mean, it's still live. Um, if my camera had been working, I would have took a slide down there at the DA's office and let us see through Google camera. But I'm dealing with one camera, and it's enough just trying to get my face on. But the whole block is loaded with TV stations,
Yeah.
and I understand a whole bunch of NYPD coppers. The indictment is still sealed, so we can only go by knowing what's in it based on what they say is in it. Simply, supposedly, hush hush money bribe to former, I guess, I don't know if she's former or not, she might still be doing her thing, a strip star, and, and so that's the weakest of the charges that all of these other places and courthouses and DAs have against them. So the question is, what are they hiding in there? Why is the indictment sealed?
It really
Apparently,
don't matter.
apparently they must they must call themselves having a smoking gun as to why it's still sealed.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
I know
yeah,
I still feel.
yeah, I was listening to one of the broadcasters. He was saying the same thing about it being sealed. He said normally the only reason that something will be sealed like that is if it was dealing with a fugitive, and that's not the case here. So it shouldn't be sealed technically.
Well, I know the reasons why it's still sealed.
What's that?
It's like I said before, because they're setting the precedent. It don't matter what's in it. The act of indicting uh, the Leo, right? The act
Yeah,
of indicting the Leo sets the precedent for indictments across the board for past and current.
I agree.
Okay. Just the act of indictment. So it really doesn't matter what's in that indictment because it's false. We all know it is.
Right.
Um, anybody that has been watching without watching on TV. So, yeah, TV's lying to y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. It is. It's proven every day, documented proof every day. So, whatever they're saying, I don't even watch TV anymore because of it, right?
Mhm. Right.
Um, I watch legitimate citizen journalists who are in the places where they need to be to get the truth. Um, for example, any of y'all, well, you've heard of him, Charlie Ward. Okay, he put
Right.
out a video with Chaz Carter from Nashville this morning.
Hmm.
Very enlightening to a lot of people. They didn't know this, but they put on a video that they got from somebody they know, to
Yeah.
where the news was screaming and yelling about being bombed in Tel Aviv or somewhere, wherever they were. And then while the news was doing that, the guy takes his camera and points it out his window. He's in the center of the city they said that was being bombed at that moment.
Hmm.
And nothing was going on but normal business. Bustling normal business. But on the TV, they was recording how everybody was getting bombed, run for your lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Okay.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I believe that we, the people, uh, just like Leo was saying, that how corrupt it is, this was a real eye opener of how deep the corruptions run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the way to the top.
Hmm.
All the way to the top. Okay. That's
Yeah.
why there's so many new people in there now.
Right.
Just no bad guys got in here this time. If there was, is they're hiding their darkness very good.
Right.
Let
Very
me
good.
Yeah. There you go.
Yay, you're
You're
back.
back.
Yeah, I had to re-download everything, man. Had me pulling my hair out.
Mm.
And guess what?
Right.
I accidentally it said that the camera software had to close in order for it to be reinstalled, right?
Yeah.
So I hit yes. Do you know all of my windows went away? And I have my phone off because the
Hey,
battery is
Mary.
running low on my phone, right?
Right. Hey,
And
Mary.
so I had it turned off. I couldn't see whether or not the show was still live. I was like, God, I hope it didn't stop my show. So I had to reopen the windows, come back into the studio, and thank God y'all was still talking.
Yeah, you made it.
That's one thing. That's one feature, Jen, that you really gonna need. And with all the other platforms that I have broadcasted live from, this is the only one that will keep your show going. If you accidentally close the window or your computer accidentally shuts down or
Yes.
shuts down, you can always get back in there. So until
I
you
did.
hit until you hit that end stream button, it's gonna keep rolling. I love it.
Well, that's what I did my first show on this platform, so I just have to learn to use it better, and I also have to learn how to, like I'm doing now, use my phone to see what I'm doing on the computer, but use my phone to air.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, glad. Hey Mary, you're not late. You're never late. We're so happy to see
um,
you. Yeah, I had
Sandra's
checked
here
on the
too.
Hey,
She
what's
just
I
up,
che-
hasn't
Sandra?
said anything.
okay, that's Mary and that's Kathy. Kathy says hey.
Yeah, hey Kathy.
And um Kathy
Sandra's
say,
there too. She just ain't said anything. She
oh,
hearted
she
my
was talking
comment
about
earlier.
plants. She said I looked great in green when the plant was up there. That's so funny. It's cute. Yeah, I'm a trooper, Kathy. I keep working with it till I get it right. Thank
Well,
you. She says such a trooper. So look, here's the deal. Uh, political persecution is what's going on because this is unprecedented. I mean, when you think about it, Democrat President Clinton sat comfortably behind in his chair behind in the Oval Office behind his desk and was doing something really vulgar
yeah,
and then lied about it to
yes, I
the
remember.
in court.
Yes,
Uh, so, but he was a prosecutor, right?
he wasn't.
He was continue to serve as president, right?
He was.
So this is unprecedented and it is targeted, and everybody it can see that now, and it just goes to show you that everything that Donald said about uh, them, how they would just come after him, was
Right.
so true. Because people can see now for their own eyes, right? And this
Yeah,
DA, what's his name, Bragg, I'm not, this is really the first time I ever heard of him,
me
you
too.
know? Okay, so,
Yeah.
hey, so you get an unknown person to do something that you really don't want to do yourself, but you're getting pressure from the Chinese President Xi, because, you know, those that's in there now
Right.
are real cozy and good friends of
Mm-hmm.
President Xi of China, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who else would be putting pressure on uh, the top guy to do something like this? So because they want to declare war. I keep telling y'all, President Xi and President Putin of Russia didn't just team up to handle Ukraine. They want to take over the world. And economically, I mean, let's just face it. Economically, China is number one in the world as far as money. They got it. Now, compared to Russia and the United States, militarily, China, they got it. They got more ships, more
They
uh,
do.
planes, more
Men,
guns,
more
more,
men. Yeah.
and men and women
Yep.
that,
Soldiers.
that are ready to hit the ground running than we do, and then Russia does. So that's the reason why Russia needed help, because the both of them want to be world powers, and they, are not. the United States is the world's power. It has been for hundreds of years. But see, I'm gonna tell you something about people like Putin and President Xi. See, the United States has gotten spoiled to instant. We want everything instant, right?
Yep.
Your enemies do not want anything instant because they know that they cannot accomplish anything well going too fast. They have been planning this for probably the last 4 centuries. Not 4 centuries, 4 decades, about 30, 40 years. 30, 40 years. But I can remember when I was in my teens, everything that we bought at the drugstore had a tag on it that said made in China. Everything, porcelain or cups or sauces that we have, on the back of it, it said made in China. That's
Yeah.
been over 60 years ago. So they started then. They don't care how long it takes. Victory comes by being a patient, being a patient offender, and that's the truth. I mean, that's been the history and the strategy of world conquerors down through history. You
Yeah.
know, the ones that were successful in conquering, they had setbacks, but they had planned. They didn't just go pouncing. They took years of planning, years. And this is what has happened. Hey, Ernestine. Ernestine say you're so right. And so, China's been planning this ever since the 1960s and 70s. This is not something that just happened overnight. And
Yeah.
the thing about these regimes, see, Russia is a regime. China is a regime. We're not a regime. We're a democracy in the United States. But the thing about regimes, and I love world history, the thing about regimes is this. It doesn't matter who is president for now. They're going to follow the plan. Whatever the plan was set 40, 50 years ago, they still on the plan. If this president dies, the next one going to still follow the plan. They do not stray away from their ultimate goal.
Yeah. The thing about that, let's be clear. In my opinion, China has been planning this all the way back since Vietnam.
You're right. You're so
Because
right.
they lost, and they never have taken their loss well at all. So yeah, we can go back.
And Russia hadn't had a loss since back in, I suppose, like 1600 or 1700, when they got defeated. No. More recent than that, it was the first Cold War, I believe it was. The first Cold War, because they could not take the heat. Russia is a cold climate.
Right.
And they were fighting in some territory that was very hot. And they couldn't take the climate, and the soldiers ended up getting a lot of disease and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But they haven't had a loss in years either. These are two types of people. They are dictators. They are patient. They don't give up. They do not give up. And that's the reason why I knew, when all of the news media and everybody else was saying, oh, this Russia done did something. This will be over in about 8 days. Oh, this will be over in 2 weeks. How long has it been, Jen?
It's been a year. It's been a year.
Okay. No, y'all don't.
I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. Yeah, your side is always.
Y'all, we could be talking. We could be talking for days on my opinion, but let me see if I can figure out how to start this correctly.
Yeah, make it short. Just tell us what you think.
Y'all are looking through a different scope than I am, and so this makes this my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm here to say that people who are watching TV are being deceived, and in the truther side of things, that is provable. It has been proven. Okay, TV is lying to you. Your news
About
every
what
night,
though? About what?
all of it,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this indictment, that was a precedent set so it can be used on others. Okay, that's just one of many things that's been happening to set a precedent. Okay, the raid on Mar-Lago, that was a precedent so they could get into Biden stuff. Well, whoops, Scorpio stuff,
That's fine.
right?
That's fine. I mean,
Um,
all both of their names are ringing today, so it's okay.
yeah, that was a precedent. That was a precedent set. The elections, all all were basically what do you call those, where they set somebody up. Those were all setups. All the elections for the past 3 years, local and federal, were setups, sting operations. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. They were sting operations to see where people stood, to see who was stealing what, who was doing what. Okay, the eyes have been on them from day one. This is a plan that's been in
Been,
action for many
what
years.
been on them? Who is it? Them you talking about?
The good and the bad.
Okay.
They needed to see who was seeing the true story, who was seeing the fake story, and who was lying and who was telling the truth. They needed those numbers, and they
Now who
got
is
them.
they? Who is they that needed it?
The people with the plan that I believe in,
But who are
which is
those people?
which we're gonna
You
call
got to
them
be a
white
little
hats.
bit more clear, huh?
Okay, we're gonna call them white hats at this point.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just counteract what you said. So, because when I interpret what you said, is that this was done intentionally by the White Hats. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let me just say what I would say. I would disagree on that. And the reason why I would disagree is simply because I cannot believe within a phantom of my existence that the White Hats wanted President Biden for president. My president says she can't believe it either.
But see, he was put there for a reason, though. He was put there for a reason there,
But who
and
put him
it was
there? But
white
you just
white
said
hats
that
put him
this was.
there.
You said that it
White
was.
hats allowed it.
Hey! Go ahead and talk. Let me mute me. Y'all go ahead.
Okay. Well, white hats allowed that to happen. Okay.
Mhm.
The reason is because people aren't seeing the truth. So, in order to see the truth, they put Leo in for 4 years to show them what could possibly happen to make things better, and he did. He had things going right. He brought industry back to our company, our country. He brought people working back for what they wanted instead of sitting on the couch waiting on the handout. He brought that back.
Mhm.
Okay, people weren't seeing it; they were getting lazy with it. And to further the plan of getting bad people out of this whole system, they had to show people what could actually happen with a bad person there, and they did by allowing Scorpio to be where he's at. That's why I call him the resident, not you know what. Okay, they had to allow this to happen to show people to wake up. This morning I found out. I knew the numbers were high. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, you need 85% to finally crack that bubble," right? No, we have 50% that are still living in a bubble, just living their lives and not paying attention to what's going on because they just don't want to be disturbed. They want to go on with their lives, and I understand it. I'm not criticizing anyone, but in reality, and I believe this because it's been proven to me. People ask me, "Why aren't you all irate about this stuff?" It's because I understand where the plan's going. I see the proof of it through the research that I do, and I don't just watch videos. I research what they're saying to make sure they're putting out valid information. And people just assume that, okay, and I'll use Nashville as an example. On the news, there was a horrible shooting by somebody that's that's supposed to be shooting up the place for some unknown reason, blah, 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 this and that. Well, this morning on Charlie Ward with Chaz Carter is in Nashville. He actually went by that school and talked to people. Yes, people died, including children. Okay, people died. And that's the sad part of it because it's a satanic setup. Okay, that stuff was staged. And we know this was a stage job because the first people there were the FBI.
We
Okay,
lost Tim. What happened?
the first people there should have been
Where did Jim go?
the first
Where
people
did
there
Jim,
should have been the SWAT.
where did Tim go? I came back. He's gone.
I don't know.
Uh,
I was wondering why I was the only one on the screen. But look,
I
the
had to
first
go see
people there
what
should
the
have been the
dog was
SWAT.
barking at. So I had to go see what the dog was barking at, you know. And he probably
Okay,
think that he's still in the studio. So keep talking and I'll go get him, okay?
okay. Well, the first people there should have been the SWAT team when 911 was called, but no, FBI was there. And then Chaz, and I'm talking about Chaz actually going there and then airing the information on the Charlie Show. Dr. Charlie Ward, if y'all want to know who he is, uh, he was doing it through the TPN network on Rumble. Okay, Patriot Party News on Rumble. Okay, Chaz went there. He talked to people. He saw the scene, and while he was there, he took pictures of the cars in the parking lot. Okay, he didn't air the picture because he has to have time to blot out the license plate so nobody can see them. Because he don't want to call anybody out. You have to be, do the stuff in safety. But there was not one tag there from Tennessee, not one. And he verified. He made a point of saying that. Okay, I've been listening to Chaz for a long time on PPN. I've been listening to Charlie Ward for much, much longer. People don't like him for many reasons. People don't like him for the propaganda put out about him. If anybody does a deep dive on him, they'll find that he knows his stuff. He's got his role to play.
Okay, I'm back.
But
Tim's power
we're
went
talking
out.
about
Dan, hold on. Audience, Tim's power went out and he's going to be back as soon as he can find out what's going on because he know that his utility bill is paid, but we are having strong winds to come through here tomorrow. In Memphis, we're supposed to have rainstorms and windstorms. They could have started early, but they said that we're going to have 40 to 50 mile an hour storms here tomorrow, Jen.
Yeah. We've got bad weather coming too. Not as bad as y'all's though. Thank God. I'm sorry y'all have to go through that. You buckle down.
Yeah, I will. So, what did I miss? You, thanks for carrying the show on.
Well, I'm fine. I got a lot to say today, buddy. I've been all over the map today. But what I was talking about at this moment is about an eyewitness account from Chaz Carter, who lives in Nashville, who visited the school that was shot up, and people did die, but not for the reasons being put out on TV.
They haven't told the reason, the motive. I didn't hear the motive. They keep saying, all I keep hearing is they say they haven't discovered what the motive was for the person to do that.
Or, there's a lot of things. They're saying that, this is the person and this all happened at one time. But what we're seeing on our side of the thing, on the citizen journalist side, the truther pages, okay, we're seeing where the guy wasn't wearing the same tennis shoes the video showed. They've already put a video out about it. The video is not the same day. Well, it had to be at a time when the school was empty because that's when the video shows, and it's not the same shoes that's being shown in the picture of the whatever that wants to call it. I don't know what it was born as, so I'm going to say it. It's different shoes. Okay, they put out a video about showing the shooter going into a room in the hallway, going into a room And then they showed a picture of the one they took down. He's wearing different shoes.
Maybe they
Is
changed
her
it. She had a
from
backpack, didn't she? She had a backpack on her back.
yeah, and that's in both pictures. But the difference is
But
it's
she
a
may have
shoe.
changed shoes. You don't know if she has shoes in there or not.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, I
She
mean,
went and shot
hey,
up
think about it. Okay, think
she
about it.
went and shot up everybody.
Wait,
She went
wait,
and
wait.
shot up everybody and then changed
Let
shoes
me
before she
show
got
this.
shot.
No.
No.
Let me say my point right here. Maybe she changed shoes because after she shot the first people and they were bleeding, her tennis or whatever she had on was probably in the blood and was slippery and they couldn't move. And they probably planned all of this. Now they say they have a manifesto, which has not been released. But why does she have the backpack? Because there's
Why
no
would she be
telling what
worried
all
about
was in
changing
there.
her shoes right after she shot up
Well,
everybody?
because she'll slide and fall herself. If you ever tried to walk in anything like blood slippery in a tennis shoe,
Look, they're talking
huh?
about this person. They said this person walked in there and started shooting other people. I
That's
don't
why they
believe
make them.
that
That's
they
why they
took
make
time
them.
out. I don't believe they took time out to change
Well,
his
I didn't
shoes
even
and
see the
knowing they could get
shoes.
shot or committed
I
suicide.
didn't
I
even
don't know
see.
how they died.
I didn't even see no shoes. So where
But
are
what
you
I'm
seeing?
saying
Where are you seeing these videos? That's all we need. I need you to tell the audience.
from a citizen journalist on the truther side of things on Rumble, these videos, these shows that they put on, they're showing where the TV's lying. They show actual. Chaz Carter lives in the area, had a dentist appointment in the area, and went and visited the school to find out his true account of what he thinks happened. He took pictures. He talked to people. He looked around. It's a school district in his area where he lives. He knows people. The cops that were interviewed on the TV, they do not exist on their employment records.
I
They're
haven't even
actors.
seen a cop. I haven't even seen a cop interview.
They're actors. When the incident happened,
I
the
seen
TV
one. Has anybody in the audience seen the cops being interviewed? And I'm
not
talking just.
interviewed, talked
I'm
to
just
while they were
regular.
there.
What?
Talked to while they were there.
You said
Somebody's
interviewed.
saying, well, I say an interview, but I'm talking about the so-called media that was there when it happened. Those cops
So
are
okay,
not on the employment list.
calm down. You're shouting. So what
Oh,
I
I'm
want to
sorry, I
know.
didn't.
So what I want to know is, are you saying that the guy that you're talking about was talking to some fake cops or actors at the scene, but you're not
No,
saying that this was aired on regular TV of an interview? I'm
no,
confused.
I don't know what was aired on TV other than what they on the Truth page was talking about them lying to people. What I told you, what I was talking about right now was that Chaz Carter, he owns the platform called PPN, Patriot News, Patriot Party News. He airs every day, 8 o'clock at night and noon every day with his
Mhm.
show with information about the truth of everything in the world going on.
Mhm.
Okay. He is not the only person I've heard the same stuff from, but he is the person that lives in that neighborhood, had a dentist appointment, and went to the school after the dentist appointment to find out facts for himself. And then he aired it on his show last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is
All
it
right.
about the actors? I heard you say something about
Okay.
actors.
Well, according to the people who watch TV that actually join the show or in comments on the show, said that the cops that were being shown at the scene, there's two of them that actually talk to people, I think, and they're not even employees. They're not even real cops. So, in saying that, we don't even know if those reports were made from the scene or some studio or down the road somewhere. And it's the same thing with, a lot of stuff that's being aired on the TV, like these press conferences that Scorpio does. He's not even in the White House. He's nowhere in D.C. He's working from a Tyler Perry studio, and there's
Well, he
proof of
probably
it.
is now after the announcement that was made today.
Hey, he has not been there since day one. He's
Well, I
not
don't
been.
know that, so I don't have any proof. So I'm not saying
He's a
that.
journalist.
That's Jen
He's a
saying
journalist.
that. That is not Pearl's Politics
Yeah,
saying that. That's
this is
Jen
my
saying that.
opinion,
Okay,
but
audience.
there are
I
citizen
don't know
journalists,
that. I don't have no proof. That's Jen saying that. That's not Pearl's
and I'm
Politics saying that.
saying
Let me make that perfectly clear.
yes.
Okay.
This is
I
Jen.
only talk about things that I can definitely prove. I don't
Well,
know.
this is just Jen's opinion, but we have citizen journalists walking around D.C. every day showing people that it's a ghost town. Okay, and
What's
has been doing that for a very long time.
what
They
is a
have
ghost
proof.
town?
A ghost town means they're not
No, no,
doing
no. What place are you talking about looks like a ghost town?
DC,
Which part of DC?
huh?
Which part of DC are you referring to?
The
Are you talking about
capital,
Capitol Hill?
DC.
The
Yeah,
capital,
Capitol Hill.
the Capitol. You got the Capitol. You got the Pentagon. You got the White House. You got
They
the.
all have been working on the skeleton crew since all of this came about.
Oh,
Since
okay,
since Leo left, they've all been on
okay.
the skeleton crew ever since.
Mm.
Okay, I would
So
love
I want to
somebody
go
that's
back to talk
watching.
about. So
I
I
would
want to
love
get back
somebody.
on. I would like to get back on, if you don't mind, the indictment. I really don't want to talk
Okay.
about things that we know out of that I don't have proof on, and I can't prove whether it happened one way or the other. But I do
Well,
know that the
that's what we're
indictment has
doing
been
here. We're
handed
giving
out.
more than one opinion. That's what we do here is give more than one
Yeah,
opinion. So go for it, Emily. Go for it.
yeah, but I do. Yeah, but I told y'all at the beginning of the show, all I wanted to talk about tonight was the indictment. I want to know.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh yeah, I did. So because that is the big news, everybody else is talking about it, and I want to talk about it too. Because here's the deal. Um, you were saying that it was set as a precedent for this was a, they set this up to happen, and you described they as the White House. Well, every single Republican um, podcaster, uh, TV show host, um, media channels that I have seen since I got off of work this evening, I'm pretty sure they're white hats, but they didn't seem happy about it. They don't seem happy about it at all. They say that this is a very dark day. Those were their exact words. That's all I kept hearing and kept hearing and kept hearing. That this is a very dark day. Now I watch Fox News faithfully. I like that station because it is a religious station as well. As far as I'm concerned, people say politics and religion does not go together, but the people that appear and broadcast and have their shows on Fox News will let you know in a minute that they trust in God, they love God, and they do always have some reference to faith and religion. And that's why I
Do
don't
you
mind watching it, the
do you
Fox
listen
News.
do you listen to Tucker Carlson?
Yeah, I listen to Tucker Carlson. He's
Well,
funny, but I tell you who's funnier than him, and that's the Waters guy. Jesse Waters is funnier than
yeah,
Tucker Carlson.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I have listened to Jesse several times, but not enough to know him like I know Tucker because I've been listening to for a long time.
mhm.
Tucker, he has the intel. He has the truth that he's been spitting out. He's absolutely following the line that I follow.
Well, I've
And,
never heard
and
Tucker Carlson say that Joe
well,
had not been in the White House.
well, no, well, he's following. There's more sides than this
I
than
got
one
you.
direct view.
I got
No,
you,
you
Jen.
didn't. You did
I
not
got
get me. There's more. You can't. It's like my health. We've been talking about my health lately. Okay, you can't just do one thing. There's
No,
many
I'm
sides
just
to
saying.
everything.
You're the only somebody
Tucker,
I ever heard say that in the whole year. I'm just
okay,
being
here's the
honest with you.
example. Here's the example. Tucker, Tucker got the videos from J6. He's putting out the truth about it.
I know they
Okay,
want him out the house. Why do they want him out the White House if he's not in the White House? See, that doesn't make sense to
it's
me.
all a show. It's optics to wake people up to the truth.
But they are not waking up. So what?
Well, that's where we people come in. We, the people, come in. We have to start having conversation over silence. There's too much
So what I
silence.
want to know, what do you
Nobody's
think is going
connecting
to
because there's
happen?
too much silence.
Okay, you
Huh?
mentioned show. You mentioned show. So what do
Yeah.
you think is going to happen? How is this show going to play out when if when they do Donald's fingerprints in his mug shot? Well, as far as Donald is concerned, I don't want that point because I already know what that point is. Donald's gonna
Okay.
make $1 billion off of the mug shot. It's gonna be on t-shirts, hats, and everything else he can put it on. So I already know
More than
what
him
Donald.
will.
I already know what Donald is gonna do. I want to know
Okay.
what do you think that the people, we the people, is going to do?
Okay, let me make this clear. Everybody, this is the truth according to my opinion. Not Emily's, not the show's. This is just Jen saying what she believes. If anybody thinks that's the real Donald J. Trump that they've arrested under indictment, you have no clue what's going on.
I gotta put the laughter on there because Jen don't think nobody's real.
Many of them aren't. Hey, I proved that Scorpio isn't by pictures of his ears.
So
I
are they
don't,
what
I
what
don't
are
think
they? What are they?
I
Are
don't,
they aliens? Are they Vesson? Are they
they're
animals? What are
actors.
they?
The best answer is that they're actors. I put a post last year of Scorpio's ears when he was VP, and then when the campaign for the election and the elections was going on. I put them
Mhm.
side by side. They were different ears. I got put in FB jail for 2 weeks because I posted something that they said was inaccurate. I went online and took accurate pictures of the
But
pictures they
Jen,
showed in
don't you know?
video, live video. I paused it, took the picture, compared them side by side, and then posted them. They were two different ears,
Jen,
supposedly the same man.
then don't you know that you cannot believe everything that you see and hear online?
Of course not.
You talking about the TV. Don't you know that you cannot believe everything that you read and see and hear online?
Well, I got to where I'm at because actually do research into the information that's presented. I don't just go watch videos and say, yeah, I believe that and I don't believe that. I actually research the information the best of my ability. I've been on down so many rabbit holes. I'm surprised my skin ain't full of dirt.
I see
Okay.
your ears. I see your ears.
No, you don't. No, you
Yes,
can.
I do. No,
Well,
you say you've been.
now you do.
Now you see what I did there. You say you've been down so
Yeah.
many rabbit holes. I see your ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know,
yeah.
I don't take this for granted. I don't try to convince people. I just put out what I know and hope that somebody does their own research. Okay.
Well, I can tell
When
you what I
when
think
people
about the
when people
indictment.
start
I want to get
questioning,
back to the indictment. Stay on the indictment. I want to get back to the indictment. What I think is going to happen is that our country is already divided, but it's going to be divided even more. I will be praying that people do not get hurt and killed. But when you mess with politics and take it over the Rubicon, like this that they're doing right now, this is going to cause a national chaos, not just with the people. It's going to cause a national chaos with the economy, with supplies, with everything. everything. And I think it was such a mistake for them to do this. Now I can understand. I know Donald is happy that it was done, and I can see why he would be happy. Yeah, because he'd probably be able to pull in some more people that say, "Well, no, this is not fair." So yes, I'm going to vote for him because this is wrong the way they're treating him. But I'm talking about the left now. For the left to pull and such a distasteful, uh, non-law, non-law, because this is not a rule of law. This is not a rule of law at all. Because that whatever the man did in his personal life, that was his personal life. And if you're gonna let one man violate the law by having his personal life exposed and let him continue to sit in the chair in the Oval Office and still serve as president, then that's the president. That is the precedent that was set. Congress, y'all set the precedent. Democrats, y'all set the precedent when you let Bill Clinton stay there after Monica Lewinsky told you guys what happened, right? Y'all decided, oh no, it's not that important. He's still president. We believe him, right? And then it turns out he finally confesses that he lied. All right, but no, that's after he got out of term, I suppose. Okay, so but that was still the precedent. So you don't go and change the precedent of the rule of law that you set for the White House just because you don't like the Republican person. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. It's despicable. And then the other thing about it is this: Alvin Bragg, or whatever the heck his name is, he thinks that he could just take, I guess he was what? I don't know, was he a lieutenant or something in police force before he became a DA, a district attorney? But now that he's been district attorney, he's a left, he's a Democrat. He wants to just take the laws of New York and change the laws the way that he wants them to go. The laws that he's changing is okay. Now this 7 laws right here. Now we're not gonna pay those no attention. I'm gonna change that. So all of the murderers, all the people that's running around knocking people beating people up on the street for no reason, stealing cars, shooting up people, killing people. Oh, they don't matter. Those are just misdemeanors, right? But I'm gonna go over here on this side and I'm gonna start doing some political prosecution. No, you cannot change a rule of law like that. And this is the problem. And that's the reason why the nation is going to be upset as we, the people. Now, after I said all of that, does anybody see where I'm coming from? Audience quiet. They just listened. So,
Well, I have a reply to that.
Okay.
Okay. You asked me earlier, why would they do that? Why would they put on this show, right? Because, like I said earlier, you were off the air a while ago. There are people that 50% of the people, matter of fact, that are still walking around in this bubble, living their own lives and not wanting to be bothered with what's going on. There are part of the other 50%, they're divided on knowing the truth and sitting on the fence of it. Okay. This is going on because we have to figure out how to get we, the people, to communicate as humans again. Right now, we're all on typing the stuff. We're not doing face-to-face conversation. We're not doing conversation like you and I are now in the show. We're not having conversations. We're being silent about the things that matter. Who gives a hoot who's running down the road? Why are they running down the road? Let's talk about why they're running down the road, right? We've got to start asking questions and we've got to start having verbal human communication between all of us to talk about this stuff to get to where we need to be as far as whatever the truth is.
I understand
If we
that,
stay,
but I want you to
if we stay silent,
that's not
if we stay
answering my
silent, nothing
question.
gets solved.
That's not answering my question, my comments that I made. about the rule of law. That doesn't have anything to do with the rule of law.
Well,
What I'm
that's what I
talking
was
about,
leading to. You stopped me before I finished. That's what I was leading
but
to.
come on, we got to go. It's
For
8 o'clock. Come
okay,
on with
okay,
it.
okay. For the bubbles to be burst in the people who are not taking part in finding out what's going on and changing the wrong that's happening, we have to burst them bubbles. And the show is doing that now because many people who are not paying attention, they're just going on with their lives. And I don't discredit anybody for that. I know this is a lot of overwhelming stuff going on. But in order for them to say, "Oh my God, our," and they call him the ex, he's not the former, okay, in my opinion, okay, our former president just got arrested. Oh my God, that's waking people up, and it's going to start them asking questions. That's why this is happening the way it's happening, okay? And the reason I believe it's not him is because they've been trying to assassinate him since he come on the stage, okay? And he's not going to let that happen to himself. That's my logic to that.
All
That he
right.
can't
Well,
put
we'll
his
still
he
be
can't put
talking about.
himself in the hands. He can't
All
put
right.
himself in those hands. He's still at Cheyenne Mountain as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, now we'll still be talking about this probably next Thursday because I understand that the indictment and the arraignment will not actually take place until early next week, which I doubt will be Monday because DAs are lazy on Mondays. The justice system is lazy on Mondays. They don't really want to do anything. So it'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. So we'll still be talking about this on next Thursday night. In fact, we should know more. So y'all make
Yes.
sure you come back with us, and I might see if I can get a constitution specialist in here for next week so that they can actually point out how this is a violation of the rule of law according to the Constitution, according to federal law, and especially according to state law. In fact, the state law of the state of New York. All right, Jen, your last words. I sure miss Tim. He would have jumped right
Oh,
in
me
now.
too. So sad he couldn't get back. Okay. Um, I'm going to change up my ending a little bit. Um, I need to get the word out that we the people need to stop putting silence and fear in front of common sense and knowing the right thing to do because everybody's been lied to, in my opinion. And also, got word that something's going to happen in the banking system. So, with that said, um, prepare. Get you some cash, whether you believe me or not. If you don't want to believe me, but get some cash anyway, just in case I got a little bit of hint of the truth bird, right? Get you some cash in hand because your cards and stuff might not work. Okay, prepare with food, water, your medications, your family. Have that fire plan that I've talked about before, to where everybody knows where everybody's at and where to go to centralize, right? Get that fire plan in action. Prepare, just prepare, and most of all, find your God spark, believe in your faith, be safe, and use your common sense. And remember to have a little humor in this because your fear and agitation about it can only feed the wrong side.
All
Okay.
right, then.
God bless
right.
everybody.
Thank you so much, Jen. Yeah, that's she's just Jen, but that's her new title. But she's not just Jen because she always has a lot to say. But
Oh yeah.
I have to keep reminding her that we don't have a 2-hour show. She probably gonna have to have a 2-hour show once she gets running. That hour goes by fast. So when you're having fun, doesn't it, Jen?
I'll do mine in part.
Oh, now you want to do yours in parts.
I'm gonna have to. There's too much to say.
Yeah. Okay. Now you want to do yours in part, but we want to run over 8 o'clock on the Pearl show, huh? Okay, Pearl's politics. Yeah, right there.
I love
But
you,
anyway,
Emily. I do it with love.
well, she does do that. I'll give you 100%. We have to give her a round of applause on that. She does do that. Jen can debate it to the end with you, man. She ain't gonna give up her view. And that's what I like about Jen. I've challenged her every way I can to make her change her mind, but she ain't changed her mind.
Nope. That's why
And that's
I'm comfortable. That's why I'm comfortable because I've let fear to stand behind all this stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I know where our world's headed. We just got to make people understand everybody's an individual, and they have to find their path to do the truth of it.
Mhm. And
And
that's that, yeah.
my faith in God keeps me calm.
And that's that free thought. And that's what I tell
Yes,
y'all. And Jen
yes,
is a good example of what I've been telling y'all for the past 3 years. Free thought is a philosophy. It's not a policy. I can't put a policy on what she thinks. And she's gonna think what she's gonna think, and she's gonna stand for what she thinks. And that's her right to do that. And that's what I like about her. I always can you hear me say, I got you. She said, no, you didn't get me. She'll tell me in a minute, no, you didn't get me. But because she is firm, she's steadfast, and she believes in her free thought. And I agree to what she's saying until everybody gets to that point where you believe in your own free thought, then things will never change. They will remain the same. And I agree with her 100% on that. So find out where your free thought is. So, like Jen said, most of y'all don't even like politics, but you better start liking them. Isn't that right, Jen?
gotta have that. Everybody needs to have an open mind so they can
But
see
not you
every path
guys
to
that's in the
find theirs.
studio. Not you guys that watch Pearl's politics. I'm talking about other folks that don't watch politics, okay? Now, they're
Yep.
not offending the audience, not of course, no. But yeah, majority of people, they don't care anything about politics, or they're
Yep.
sick of it. But, yeah. You get sick of being tired. You just get sick of being sick and tired too. But
Well, that's
politics,
why I tell people when we get on here, it's more than just politics
yeah, it is
because
because it's
we're,
every
we
part of your life.
yeah, our lives are more important than just the politics. We've got everything else around it that's involved in this.
That's right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So that's our time, and we hope to see you all. I got to check on my son now, make sure he's all right over there. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping that his power won't be out too long. But yeah, I'm going to check on him. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you. Uh, Kathy peeked in. I don't know if she liked politics or not, but she's our entertainment correspondent for our entertainment show on Friday nights. And we thank her for stopping by just to see what goes on with politics. She says, thanks. You are welcome. We'll see you tomorrow night. And so the rest of you, tune in tomorrow night because, our special guest had an internet connection problem. He's gotten all that worked out, smoothed out, and he will be back tomorrow night. Well, he will be here tomorrow night. That's blues singer Sidney Barnes, along with his agent and our entertainment correspondent of the Emily Pearl Show, live television on tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. All right, we'll see y'all then. Say good night, Jen. Good night,
Peace, everybody.
everybody.
God bless.
God bless. Bye bye.
The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.